Ahoy fellas, this is Frankie Day in YouTube. Okay fellas, this evening YouTube I have update build report number 1 for Greg Huffs WW1 biplane group build. This is my second entry. Before I get started on the construction of this aircraft and everything like that, I'm working on my Arizona right now, folks. I'll probably have a video of that probably tomorrow or a couple of days. I've been working on it right now, get some parts on it drying, and so I kind of break up the board a little bit. This little fart in the wind right here is kind of calling on me, so I'm going to try my hand at Roden kits. I never built a Roden kit before, so here it goes, fellas. This is how it goes down. Okay, guys, this airplane here is nothing but a flash pig. I do not recommend this airplane model to the novice at heart. It's very difficult. This thing had a lot of fit issues. Between the Revell 1/72 scale and the Roden kit, the Revell 1/72 scale kit, fellas, is miles better than this one. Although this is not a bad kit, I think this kit's designed more or less for the skilled and advanced builder than the novice, because of fit of parts. Now, the first fit issue I had with this kit was I always like to dry fit parts before I glue them, like we all do. That's the rule of thumb when you're working with plastic or any kit in general. And the fuselage was too wide to accept the bottom wing. So what I had to do is I had to clip off exactly 1 millimeter between both wing roots to make it able to fit flush against the fuselage. And as I did it, and the bottom wing fitted real well. And we'll zoom in and I'll show you a little bit here, fellas. Oh, there you go. There you go. And all through here, folks, is I got it fits quite well. The only problem I had, guys, right here, excuse my big hand, is like I say, is the bottom wing. Now I got that pretty well flush with the fuselage. I had to add a little filler, not very much. And I rescored the wing roots to the bottom wing to make it more uniform to the bottom of the fuselage. Now, I did some detailing. I spent about 14 hours almost working on the cockpit detail of this thing. This thing is pretty well detailed inside there. And see if this camera can pick up the seat belts that I put in this little devil here. I'm not too certain, folks, it'll pick it up very not, though, but maybe right here in this picture it will. A lot of detail in this kit, folks. I kid you not. And the kit goes together quite well, in spite of the fit issues. And another problem too had arisen on the bottom of the wing right here, fellas. On this wing right here, the cabin interplane struts do not line up with the injection struts holes locations on the bottom of the top wing to accept the cabin interplane struts. So what I did, I carefully aligned the bottom of the wing, top wing, to make sure it's all centered and fits good. The interplane struts are fine. The cabin struts are out of kilter. It's too close forward to the leading edge as the kit did it. So what I did, I sanded the whole bottom of the wing and I made tick marks to use my pencil and relocated, made new locations on the bottom of the wing right here. So I went there and took a drill, opened up the holes, and when my cabin struts dry, I'll go ahead and and take off the go ahead and attach the top wing. Now, fellas, this aircraft here, Herman Goring's aircraft, was painted all white. And once I'm going to airbrush it white, I'm going to dry brush it with a hint of very, very light blue. Just be able to bring out some pre-shading to it. And some post-shading, I mean. To weather up a little bit. And it'll bring it to life pretty much. And lastly, I'll go ahead and use fuse wire. I have a roll over here. I'm not too sure if I showed this on the inbox video of this review. I'll come over here and grab some over here. This is called fuse wire, fellas, or armature wire. This stuff here is the best stuff in the world for 1/72nd scale World War I biplanes. They have their limits when it comes to rigging. Some people, a lot of builders use sprue. A lot of people use monofilament. And monofilament's got to be controlled by the tautness by using heat, by taking a heat gun and backing it off a little bit. Make sure you got too much heat on there. When you apply that heat on that monofilament, it'll tighten up that sprue real tight. Because you get too close, you'll burn it, and all your work is destroyed, and you'll regret it. So my rule of thumb, folks, the best suggestion I should say is get yourself some armature wire. Go to Radio Shack, someplace that's involved in electronics. I'm quite certain that they have these in stock or somewhere, and I'll ask somebody. If somebody don't know, just kind of browse around, and it's there. Mostly, I highly recommend going to Radio Shack because they got a lot of radio kits that you can build and stuff in there. At least I think they do, and at least they used to. But anyway, folks, get this stuff. This is highly recommended. This is the best rigging there is. Once you clip off your piece of wire you need, you take it, you stretch it. It'll get real tight, straight. And using your dividers, you go ahead and measure your distance locations where your rigging is going to be. So this is a must. This is the easy way out, the fastest way out, the only way out. If you go monofilament method like that, it's going to be very, very, very. It varies on 1/72nd scale models, but mostly what it does, it's going to cause problems. Because once you tighten it up with a heat gun, what it's going to do, it's going to put stress against those cabin struts and interplane struts, and then you know you're going to have breakage. And it's going to be ruined. So this is the best method to use. If you don't got none of this, use sprue. But make sure when you stretch your sprue out, when it cools down, make sure you got pressure against its tautness so it's quickly cool down. Then you lay it on top of your cutting mat. Again, using a pair of dividers, measure your locations, and go from there. So sprue is an excellent method too. So I highly recommend using this fuse wire, armature wire, wherever it is, or go ahead and make sprue, which works excellent. Whatever floats your bubble, fellas. Anyway, guys, I'm kind of all kinds of models calling on me right now. I've been going hog wild buying all these models and stuff like that. They're from my own personal builds, and I'd love to share them here on YouTube. I go to model shows, and I'll get involved going back to model shows again, fellas, and broaden out my modeling interest more. And I should have another video of my Tanty Jew probably by tomorrow. I got to do some fuselage construction on it to button it up, get it all done. But anyway, guys, getting back to the Roden 1/72nd scale FOKKER D7, it's not a bad kit, fellas, but there's a lot of fit issues to it. That's why it's very essential you do dry fitting, because you just don't want to take a kit and slap it together with glue and running into all kinds of problems that you'll regret in the end. So this makes a very good collection to your World War I collections. And what I'm thinking about doing is to do like exactly what Greg Huffs did in his. Get myself a little wooden base and have a piece of wire, or coat hanger wire, or 58,000 music wire, and have it just on top of the base, simulating flight mode. But this is a sweet little airplane. I really enjoy it very much. And it's I don't make it too much of a habit building them too small, fellas. You know, them things they get to your eyeballs. That's why it's always best to get yourself invest in something like this. These are extra eyeballs that you got to have, especially building stuff like this. So you got to take care of your hose, your eyeballs. Alright fellas, tomorrow I should have a video of my Arizona. And probably one day later on this week I'll have a video of my Titanic. I'm going to go ahead and start laying down the hull. And get the hull formers all installed and ready for the skins to go on. So that's going to be an off and on build for a long time. And during drying stages, I'll go ahead and start working on the short sunroof a little bit and get that going. But no, folks, this is a good kit, and like I say, I would not recommend this kit for the novice, because you're going to run into problems. It's a very difficult kit. The location holes for your struts and everything are very subtle. You can hardly ever see them, but you can see them right there. They got to be drilled out. So I use a little horse sense when I drill up the bottom holes to this wing right here, and because they're just little small impressions right there where they're supposed to be at. You're supposed to drill them out anyway. But these are all drilled because I relocated my points of my cabin struts, interplane struts, to accept the top wing. This aircraft's going to be all entirely white, so it don't matter if you get be all set with most stages. If it's different colors, it has to be built during sub-assembly units. As for an example like this, everything's going to be painted here before you put the top wing on, and the rigging will come last using fuse wire, which is got done showing you. Other than that, gentlemen, that's about it for the night. This is Frankie Day signing off. May God bless and happy modeling, and I'm glad everybody enjoyed that little video that I had that went to the show. And it was unprecedented to me. I had a PM from a fellow card modeler, and he told me they got a model show down your way, so what the hey. I went down there, and I said, well, Frank, instead of kicking in that stuff and having a good time in that stuff, and the way you hoard all the fun for yourself, well, you can show it to everybody else on YouTube, and they can have fun too. So I'm glad I did that, folks. That was kind of an extra treat for you guys. And other than that, that's about it, fellas. I'm going to let this little bird here dry overnight, and tomorrow I'm going to attach the wing. And once the top wing is all attached, the interplane struts are going to be attached. I'm leaving the wheels off, folks, so I can paint them individually before going them on to the undercarriage. And I'm going to have to do some masking. I got to mask the engine, and also got to mask the cockpit, and go ahead and prepare and give the good coats of primer, and go ahead and paint it flat white. When it dries, I start doing some weathering using a very off-white, but using a little bit of blue in it, almost kind of like sky blue a little bit. It's going to be weathered out. Give it a tinge of weathering. And decal the ship, rig it up, mount her, and get another one going. Okay, guys, once again, this is Frankie Day signing off. May God bless, happy modeling, and please subscribe. Remember, make Mama happy. And I'm out of here, boys. We'll catch you on the next video. Next video tomorrow will be on the Arizona, and followed after that will be a video of my Tanty Jew, my Yonkers 52 Iron Annie. And that'll be that. Frankie Day signing off. Bye, boys. You guys take care. God bless you.